Hey guys, Aastran here. Today I'm sharing the story of the time I ran from the cops. So, I was in middle school when this happened. My school day starts, and I go through it as I normally would. The school day ends and LEAP starts. So, LEAP is basically an after school program that helps children with their homework from throughout the day. And the students can't leave until the program is over. It basically starts at 3 and it ends at 6. And in between that time frame, like at about 4:30, kids would either have the option to leave the school building or continue with their non-academic special. Basically, academic specials are things like art, gym, dancing, piano, guitar, I think you get the gist. So, as I was saying, kids would either have the option to do one or the other, depending on if they got their permission slip signed or not, which a slim portion had. So, it came 4:30, and I leave with my friend and this other kid. And that other kid brought along another kid. So, it was a group of 4 people. So, we're walking in the direction of my house when suddenly one of them had a brilliant idea. And when I say brilliant, I mean extremely smart. So this guy, I'm actually gonna name him D for this video because he's a dickhead, dares my friend to start jumping on cars. So we walk house after house and car after car. They were jumping on the hoods, by the way. When I say house by house, you're probably thinking that they're going into people's driveways and stomping on the hoods of people's cars. But the cars were actually parked in a street, which made them more accessible to these idiots, specifically D. At one point, they even dared me to do it, and I was like, nope, I'm not messing with anything that could get me in big trouble. So, some time passes by of them jumping on strangers' cars when one of them looks back to see a cop car coming towards us. So frantically, this guy alerts everyone that a cop is coming. Then he told everyone to run. So pretty much at that point, everyone was shitting their pants. And I don't know why, till this day, I know I did nothing wrong because I did not jump on any cars. But I had the smart idea to run with them, totally not making me seem suspicious whatsoever. I probably could have kept walking and I would have been fine. They would have went after the idiots who were running. So getting back on track, we run to a small intersection since we were walking in the back roads of the town. And we decided to take a left. And about 30 feet of going straight, you could see a ravine which has a few places for us to hide. But since this cop was hot on our tail, we decided to take a left turn again into the ravine. We saw this skinny tree that could potentially hide us. So we put our backs against this fence that was behind the tree. So since all of us was single file behind that tree, it was obvious to see that we were there because you can only make so much of a line behind a hiding spot. So the cop car stops and we're all dead quiet. And of course, the cops find us within 4 seconds of looking. So now we were caught, and I think this cop said something along the lines of, "Get up here now." There was a railing we had to jump before going into the ravine area. So after he says, "Get up here now," he sits us all on the rail. He asked what all of our names were, but everyone refused to talk, especially me, since I know I had done nothing wrong. So this middle school that we went to, it supplied us with ID cards. I had mine on my lanyard, and it was dangling out of my pocket just a bit. When I realized it was too late, the cop said, "What is that?" and he pointed to it. So he takes it from me, and then he asked the other people in the group, "Do any of you have this?" For some reason, I can't remember that part, but after that, or maybe even before that, he says that some people got a complaint of a group of kids jumping on hoods. So basically, while we were on that rail, he interrogated us. And thankfully, he only wrote down the names of the people who did that. I think he might have wrote down my name too, but I don't think there's like any record. But the guy who admitted to it, like, he definitely has something on his record. So this cop lets us off with a warning, don't do it again. And then eventually they drive off. It was 2 cops, by the way. So I'm like still like kind of like shaking, and I'm like thinking, but I wasn't really thinking clearly. And we're like walking to my friend's house, and I stupidly say to my friend, "I'm never talking to you again." That's when he said something along the lines of, "You should have took that one for us since you have a clean record." Thinking back on this right now, I don't think I chose like the proper friends. So my friend is angry at me and everything for something he shouldn't be angry at, because it was his fault because he was jumping on the cars too while I was not. So after we part ways for the day, we meet up back in school the next day, and he's still angry. And he continues to be angry until I bought him an apology donut. And this donut, it wasn't just any donut. It was like his favorite donut that he said one time. See, the way this guy was, he would not have accepted my apology donut if his sister had not been there. Because I apologized, and I really should not have, and gave him the donut. So he took it and started acting upset. So his sister realized the bullshit that he was pulling, and thankfully made him accept my apology. So yeah, that was it. Like, comment, subscribe. This has been Aastran. Peace.